so many things in love as you grow. I miss the days when I was just a kid. My fear became my shadow, I swear it did. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Though your feet may take you far from me, I know. Wherever is your heart, I call home. You made me feel like I was always falling down without a place to land. Somewhere in the distance I heard you calling. Oh, it hurt so bad to let go of your hand. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Though your feet may take you far from me, I know. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Even when you're high, you can't get low. Even when you're there to love, you're still alone. We always find the darkest place to go. God forgive our minds, we were born to roam. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Though your feet may take you far from me, I know. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Oh God, forgive my mind. Oh God, forgive my mind when I come home. When I come home. Oh God, forgive my mind. The lonely one riding in my earth soul. I'm coming home. Oh God, forgive my mind. Oh God, forgive my mind when I come home. When I come home. Oh God, forgive my mind. Oh God, forgive my mind when I come home. When I come home. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Wherever is your heart, I call home. Though your feet may take you far from me, I know. Wherever is your heart, I call home.
Erica wrote this quote: "Whatever you are not changing, you are choosing." Bazinga! You've heard it before. You've heard it before. Whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. Of course, some of us like to think about whatever I'm not changing, I'm complaining about, or those kinds of, but whatever you are not changing, you are choosing. So there we have it right there. I have been taking some inspiration from this book called The Pivot Year by Brianna Wiest, and I decided I have a lot of writing in here on this day 269, and so I wanted to start my message today with this. If it does not lead to more peace in your life, it is not in alignment. If it does not lead to a deeper place within yourself, it is not in alignment. If it requires you to sacrifice your values and gives you an unsettled feeling in your stomach, it is not in alignment. If it requires you to be dishonest with anyone, even yourself, for a prolonged and complex period of time, it is not in alignment. If it does not give you space to grow and change, it is not in alignment. If it does not make you a better human being, it is not in alignment. Are we done? It all sounds good, doesn't it? It all sounds like, oh, it sounds real and it sounds good. But I'm like, well, I have a bunch of questions about it. I have a bunch of questions about it. Like, what does it mean to be in alignment? Or what is the it that it's talking about? Like, what is it? What is it? I think one of the biggest things that I hope you gain at Spiritual Soul Center is to always be curious about what you read, to be curious about what somebody tells you, to be curious about your own story and your thoughts about something. You know, not just to believe, oh, it sounds good, and then you're walking it. But what does it really mean? What does it mean? This curiosity thing is a big deal. And it's not curiosity in the sense of, let me know every detail about someone's life, I'm so curious. It's not nosy. Curious means wanting to have a deeper understanding, or wanting to know what it means to me. You know, somebody wrote this, what does it mean to me about that? Albert Einstein had a great quote about this. It was published in Life magazine back in 1995 under the heading, Old Man's Advice to Youth. Never lose a holy curiosity. And he said this, the important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existence. One cannot help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries merely to comprehend a little of the mystery every day. Curiosity. Not just, oh, it sounds good, but to be curious, which is what I was, which is why I wrote about it for about 2 weeks. Like, what does this really mean? Like, what does it mean to be aligned? What does that mean? It might mean something different to you than to me, but when I was thinking about it, you know the first thing I thought of? I thought about a car. Because you know how cars get out of alignment? And you kind of know when a car gets out of alignment. Because why? The tires wear differently, right? Or you're going down the road and it's pulling to the right or pulling to the left. You know when a car is out of alignment. And what do you do when a car is out of alignment? Well, most of us. We take it to the shop. We don't fix it. Who fixes alignment in here? Do we have a mechanic anywhere? David fixes alignment. The rest of us, we take it to the shop, right? We take it to the shop. They put it up on the lift, and they look for the problem, right? That's what happens with a car. We take it there. They look for the problem. They look for where the friction is. Because when it's out of alignment, there's friction. There's something pulling it one way, and there's uneven wear. Am I right? That's what happens. They put it up, and they look inside the car. Well, maybe these days they don't even do that, David, right? They probably hook it up to some computer. But in the old days, they would be looking underneath to figure out why it was out of alignment, and they would put it back in alignment. That's what happened. Well, I think we're the same way. When I am out of alignment, there's friction in me. I'm not feeling quite right. I'm unbalanced. So I'm taking that metaphor of the car and saying, yeah, that's I'm not in alignment. I'm out of alignment. I am unbalanced. Sometimes they'll put little balance weights on the wheel. Do they still do that, David? They'll put little balance weights on there, make it work. All right? So that's what it is for me. I'm unbalanced. That's how I know. So my definition of aligned, me being aligned, is internally balanced. Does that sound good so far? You can question it because I just told you, be curious. Internally balanced. Internally balanced. All right, so far, that's where I was. That's what alignment means to be internally balanced. So then, I'm thinking, okay, what's the it they're talking about? If it does not do this, if it doesn't lead to this, if it doesn't require this, what is the it in here? Well, I have a list, as I sometimes do when I come here. I think it is the decisions that we make, the people in our lives, our religion, our situation, our actions, our thoughts, our beliefs, our story, our job. All those things, in other words, how we live our life. Like that's the it. Like if it doesn't lead to more peace, if my decision, my action, my thought, my belief, my situation, the person, a story, my religion doesn't lead to more peace, then it's not in alignment. In other words, I don't come to that balance. Does that make sense to you? It made sense to me. I'm like, well, it's all up to me then, whether I'm balanced. Whether I'm balanced or not. It's the way I live my life. It's that conscious attention to all those things. what I choose, what my choices are in my life. So I would pay attention to the it, which is all of it. In a nutshell, it would be my life. If my life does not lead to more peace, it is not in alignment. I don't feel that, I feel friction if it's not there. I feel friction. So the question is that I have for you, more questions. Do you want more peace in your life?
Yes.
I mean, that's the question. Do you want more peace? Do you want your life to lead to a deeper place within yourself so that you know who you are and how you are, that you care for yourself? Do you want that? Do you want to live according to your values? By the way, do you know what they are? Have you ever made a list of your values, what's important to you? It's the first thing we do when I'm a life coach as well, and with my clients, that's the first thing we do. Because I know when you live and when I live according to what's important to me, I am in line. I am happy. So what do you value? What are those for you? Like I said, make a list. You think you know what they are, and people usually in my coaching business, they think they have like 4 or 5. And by the end of the conversation, they have it like 20 or 30. So yeah, it's not a short list. What's important to you? Is diversity important to you? How do you live that? Is acceptance of all people important to you? How do you live that? Is integrity important to you? How do you live that? Is creativity and practice of that important to you? Do you live that? This is saying if you want to feel aligned, you need not sacrifice your values. Makes sense, right? If it does not give you, do you want space to grow and change in your life? Do you want that? Is that important to you? Yeah. That's what it's saying right here. That's what it's saying. To honor that. And what about this one? It says, if you want to be a better human being, what does that mean to you? What is a better human? Do you think you could be a better human? How would you do that? See, these questions, if you came here for answers, you might have come to the wrong place. What makes you a better human, and do you want to be a better human? Because if I'm here and I'm believing what I'm reading, which I've come to believe this, I think it's true for me, is I want to be a better human because I fail sometimes. I don't get it right every time. I don't. Because I believe that love is the strongest thing there is in this world, and sometimes I do not practice it. That's the truth. I want to be better at that. I want to be better at accepting every person in my life, especially those who I disagree with, who are on the other side of the fence. Like, how about loving them? Like, I'm not perfect at that. In fact, I have a ways to go. All right? I have a ways to go with that. I want to be a better human. So you have to decide, do you? Or you got that one checked off? Maybe you do. Maybe you do. I'm not here to judge you for that. But if you want to live your life without friction, in alignment, then we've got some work to do. And I'm projecting it on you because I think I'm a pretty average kind of gal when it comes to that. I have the same work to do that you have to do, that we all have to do because we incarnated as this human being, and here we are. So how do you get less friction in your life? How do you resolve the friction? How do we put ourselves up on the rack at the car dealership and look inside? Like, that's the only way we're going to know. Because let's face it, a car alignment does not happen by changing the windshield wiper blades. You know, it's not going to be more aligned because the windshield wiper blades now work. That's an outside thing. We got to look at the inside. We got to look in us. That's where the realignment's going to happen. It's not going to happen because anything changes out here. It's not going to happen that way. I don't believe that. It's going to happen when we put ourselves up on the rack, when we take the deep dive in and look. And I've decided that I can resolve friction in my life. Sometimes what it requires is that I let it go. That I walk away, that I be done with it. Not mad, not righteous, but just be done with it. To walk away, to remove the thing that's causing friction in my life. Sometimes that's the answer. Remove it. take it out. Take it out. It's like walking around with a thorn in your thumb and keep pushing it in. This is saying take it out. If it's causing friction in your life, remove it. With kindness. Not with righteousness or judgment. But with kindness, because that's who I want to be as a human being. But sometimes I need to walk away. Sometimes the answer is simply slow down. Maybe even full stop. Because like I said, you do not fix an alignment by keeping, your car is not going to align itself just because you go faster down the road. You got to take it to the shop. They got to put it up on the rack. You got to be without your car for a little while. You got to take the time for yourself. Ask Olivia Shaw. It took her like 2 weeks to get her car back. It wasn't an alignment, but it was something like, you got to let them have it until it's fixed. You got to give yourself a minute. You got to give yourself a minute. The realignment doesn't happen if you keep going at the same speed. You got to take a break. You've got to slow down. And like I said, maybe even come to a full stop. Here's another one. Be honest with yourself. Stop pretending. Stop pretending that it doesn't hurt if it hurts. Stop pretending that there isn't some ugly thing that you need to bring out into the light. Bring it out. It may not be pretty, but bring it out. Stop pretending that it's all good when it's not all good. People walk around that way. It's all good. It's all good. It's all. And sometimes it is, but sometimes it is not all good. It is hard and it is ugly. And you just want to let it out and admit that to yourself. Stop pretending. Because pretending is friction. It's in there. It's friction. I'm sorry. It's friction. Stop pretending. And if you need some help, ask for some help. It's okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay. How about this one? Decide to change. Make a decision to change. And then make the effort and make the commitment to change. That will get rid of the friction. Because if a certain situation, a person, a thought, a belief is causing you friction, decide to change. Decide to do something different. Decide to make a commitment in a different direction. You begin to resolve the friction that way. And really, part of that is deciding that there is another way. The people that tell us that there's only one way are telling us a lie. There is not one way. Ever. Ever. There's always a way. There's always another way. There's always an option. People think, well, I don't have an option. I have to do this. You've heard me say before from here, there is nothing you have to do. Nothing. Nothing that you have to do. You either want to do it or you don't want to do it. But there is nothing you have to do. So, there is always a way. Maybe you don't know what it is, but there's always a way. And here's the last one that I was thinking about, and that is, learn to say yes when you mean yes, and no when you mean no. And feel good about it for you. Right? How many times do you say yes when you really mean no? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, can we count that high? Because we think we're doing it for somebody else. Well, I just have to do it, and I said yes, and I don't really want to, but well, say no then. Well, I don't know, and there's all this is like decide. Say it. Get rid of the friction. What will get rid of the friction? What will allow you to be the human being that you want to be? Say yes or say no. All right, and be okay with yourself. That's the only person you can be okay with. By the way, no one else is going to be okay because of what you say. They've got their own stuff. We've all got our own stuff, enough of our own stuff to deal with. Really, we do. But here is something else I realized. So when I was thinking about this, if I can feel that way all the time, I will feel like I'm in my spot. Like I will feel like, right? Like I won't have any friction. I'll feel free. I'll feel okay with me. Like I'll feel like I'm part of like the divine plan, and it's just, this is what it looks like, and this is what it feels like. I'll be in my spot. You know, have you ever felt that way? Like I'm in my spot. I know you're all looking at me saying, what is she talking about? I'm in the groove. You know, when these two are singing up here, they're in the groove. They're in a groove, right? When I'm in that groove, I'm in my spot. I'm in like where life created me to be. How about that? Where life created me to be. If I don't have any friction, it's where life created me to be. Just that car running down the highway, just like this, me, that way. And I decided that it's more than just about me. Like when I'm able to get there for even little bits at a time, it's more than just about me. There's something else I realize, something beyond me that happens. When I work to release the friction, it's as if I open up a channel in me, and that's where God is. That's where the divine is. That's where this cosmic pulse of life is in me. And it's there. And I didn't have to work to get there. I just needed to work to get rid of the friction in me. And then all of a sudden, like I'm showing up as light. Like I'm showing up in my spot. And that's what happens, I think. It made me smile, right? It made me smile. It's like powerful. It's a powerful thing. It's like our amazingness happens because we've gotten rid of the friction. Yeah. I was so excited about that. I was so excited about that this internal balance thing has nothing to do with me. All I had to do was get rid of it in order for God to inhabit me in its fullness. As light, as love, as awesomeness. And this just happens to be what it looks like. And this is what it happens to be what it looks like. But the awesomeness is there. Light. More light. Not just for me either. Not just alignment so I feel that, but so that my light is known in the world. That's what I think. That's what I think. That's what I think for you and for me. Because it's not exclusive. It's not like I'm talking about like, I'm the light. It's like we're all that. Like when we remove the friction, we're that. So in our meditation today, I want to, it doesn't feel this way all the time when we, scroll on social media or read the news or understand what's happening in the world. I know I don't feel like light all the time. There's friction that happens in me because I'm judging it, number one, because I'm resistant to it, because I don't want it to be the way it is, all these things. But I know that if I remove enough friction in me, that it's going to start making a difference beyond me and in the world. I just know that. And so I want to revisit today during meditation. I'm going to have a spoken meditation. And I'm going to read part of the poem that Amanda Gorman read at the inauguration of Joe Biden in 2021. I want you to listen to the words. I want you to breathe in and breathe out. And I want you to know that if you can remove the friction in your life, if we can do that, we can be the light. We can be the light that the world needs. It's unbalanced out there. It's teetering. But I'm saying we don't have to. We don't have to teeter. We don't have to be unbalanced. We can stand aligned and strong. So take a deep breath in. Get comfortable. Close your eyes. Maybe take another deep breath in. Yes. And hear these words. When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace. And the norms and notions of what justice is, isn't always justice. And yet, the dawn is ours before we knew it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. We, the successors of a country in a time where a skinny black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother can dream of becoming president, only to find herself reciting for one. And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine, but that doesn't mean we aren't striving to form a union that is perfect. We are striving to forge our union with purpose, to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. And so we lift our gazes, not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first. We must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. Let the globe, if nothing else, say this is true. That even as we grieved, we grew. That even as we hurt, we hoped. And even as we tired, we tried. That we'll forever be tied together, victorious, not because we will never again know defeat, but because we will never again sow division. So let us create a better country. With every breath from my bronze-pounded chest, we will raise this wounded world into a wondrous one. We will rise from the golden hills of the west. We will rise from the windswept northeast where our forefathers first realized revolution. We will rise from the lake-rimmed cities of the Midwestern states. We will rise from the sun-baked south. We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover. In every known nook of our nation, in every corner called our country, our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge, battered and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it, for there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it. And amen.